So in this video I'm going to do a very quick fix for a fairly common problem on electric guitars. It's not a difficult job, but it's one that isn't always done perhaps as well as it could be. It's a loose strap pin or strap button. The wood gets stripped and the screw just turns in the hole without properly tightening. So when I take this pin off, we can see that a repair attempt has already been made. A hole's been drilled and a dowel inserted. The trouble is that this type of dowel seems to have been used, which has two problems. One, it's softwood, and two, the way that these are made means that you're always going to be screwing the strap pin into end grain. If you think about a board of wood, you can see the end grain here. So if a dowel is made like this, you'll be screwing into end grain when you plug your hole with it. So I'm going to make my own dowel and I'm going to take it from the board like this. So I'm not screwing into the end grain once it's in the guitar. So I'm going to drill the old dowel out. So I measure the diameter and also the depth that I'll need to drill. I'm using a 10mm bit and I'll mark a depth stop with some tape. I try to drill as square as I can and keep going until I reach my tape mark. Then I chop myself a small piece of hornbeam, which is a very hard wood. Maple's also pretty good for this, or any really hard wood. Then I mark a diameter and trim it to size on the bandsaw. Then it's over to the lathe to turn it to size. You can do this with a chisel and a file and sandpaper, but I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be much fun. So I turn this down to about 9.5 mils, just so that I've got a bit of room in the hole for the glue. Then I mark it 2 or 3 mils too long and cut the end off. Then mix up some epoxy adhesive. I'm doing it on an old neck pocket jig, which I shouldn't really be. And then I slather it all over the dowel. I'm putting it on pretty thick here, and I also slop some into the hole as well. I don't want any space in here, and I want a really good bond. It actually takes a fair bit of pressure to push this in. Then I clean it up, put some tape to protect the guitar, and then give it a bit of a sand. I get it down a bit, then move to a smaller sanding block. You're going to scratch the lacquer a little, but that's okay because we'll sort that out later. So it should be flush with the end of the guitar. Then I just eyeball the center and drill a pilot hole for the screw. This is a 2mm drill bit, and I tested the size on a scrap of hornbeam first just to make sure the screw goes in nice and tight, nice and snug, rock solid. So the day I did this fix, the owner was working later that night and needed the guitar. So I'm going to bring it back in next week and make a short part 2 of this video just to show how I colour and finish the repair so that you'd never know it had been done. So I'll hopefully get that up next week. Hope this video was okay, and thanks very much for watching.